What's up, everyone? It's your boy Steve from Obscurity Now, and I am on the road in the deep south of Georgia. And just getting word on the street that the woman who is friends with my mom and who also cut my hair, she's got a son who has got a bunch of comics that is stuck in her attic. So I volunteered, which is, I know, very virtuous of me, to go through those comics and see if there are any comics that I would like to buy. And we just got the call about an hour ago that she said come by anytime after 1. So we are gonna go obscure comic book hunting here in Georgia. I'm sitting in front of the house right now. I gotta look around, make sure there isn't anybody else who's trying to come in and try to get the comics before I do. You know, word travels fast in these comic book circles. So what am I going to be looking for? The dude is about 10 years older than I, which means that hopefully he started collecting in the 80s. Of course, I love the 90s, but we all know that stuff isn't worth very much. But if there's some, key image number ones, I'm sure I'm going to snatch them up. And of course, Malibu or any obscure independent stuff from the 80s and 90s, I'll be looking for that. And if there's G.I. Joe, I used to have almost a complete run of G.I. Joe. I'd love to snatch up those again. And of course, if anything's worth money, I'm gonna be grabbing it. So stay tuned. I don't really know the kind of conditions I'm gonna be looking through. They said it's a lot of comics, but some people's definition of a lot may be smaller or greater compared to mine. So I'm going to go in there right now. I'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. All right, so I am back at my mom's house. I have retrieved the comics. Wasn't really what I was expecting. I thought I would have to go up in a dusty old attic and dig through box after box of, back issue bin, and sort of pick out what I want, and then say, hey, let's make a deal. But anyway, I got there, and the comics were already there on the floor, laid out. It wasn't a whole lot, and the guy just gave them to me. And I could tell right off the bat that it wasn't exactly filled with too much that I was interested in, nor did it have any high dollar, not any, but nor did it contain too many keys or high dollar issues. But let's take a look at what we got. So yeah, basically it was filled with a bunch of sort of late 80s, early 90s X-Men, a lot of reprints, not even really the Jim Lee stuff, but there's a few graphic novels in here I'm definitely interested in. Starting out, I've never read Death in the Family all the way through. I did have the issue where Jason Todd, Robin, was killed, allegedly. Of course, he's come back, whatever. So I'll be taking this with me home and reading it. We got the 6th printing of The Killing Joke. Yay. I don't know. I think I've read this before. I think I'll be leaving it here. This is just a funny cover. You got Ghost Robin here tormenting Batman. Ooh. Let's see what is that. We got Batman. This is like filled with all the titles I don't want to read. A Lonely Place of Dying, Part 1. I've never even heard of this run and don't even know who's involved because the names aren't on the cover. And I always like these covers from the, I guess they're celebrating the 25th anniversary of Marvel. So I'll be taking this one. X Factor. I mean, really, who gives a crap about X Factor? Not me, that's who. It's not even the 90s X Factor that I'm familiar with. It's like the older one. Ooh, this I'm interested in. I was always a fan of Longshot, and I think this is a Uncanny X-Men Jim Lee, and that's number 218. We got 219 here. Another one with Longshot in there. But, all right, this does not look like a Jim Lee cover. Look at their eyes. Oh, freaking ridiculous. And now Wolverine looks like a joke Wolverine. Here's number 220. These might actually be worth reading. I don't know. I mean, aside from the 90s, I've never been the hugest X-Men guy. We had Uncanny X-Men 221, 222. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna see if any of these are. Ooh, this is a cool cover. Storm fighting a giant snake. I like it. Got another long shot here. I'm gonna read all this long shot stuff. I always thought long shot and the Mojo verse or Mojo universe, whatever you want to call it, was pretty interesting. Snore, more. You get the Dazzler there. I don't know. She's kind of had a resurgence, it feels like. They're all being electrocuted here. This should be a glow in the dark. Let's see, the fall of the mutants. I don't know if that was a big deal or not. Yeah, we'll take a look. Oh, looks like some people died. Let's see, in memoriam. Looks like the Dazzler died, and I don't even know that Angel dead, whatever. Check out Colossus's neck. Oh my God, doesn't really seem right, but looks like another one with long shots. I'm not sure what's going on there. Another shirtless Colossus. The neck still seems a little whatever. And ooh, this looks fun. The Brood. The Brood is back. Where did they go? I don't know, but they're back, and they're gonna smile and eat you with their teeth. And more Colossus. Snore. Ooh, this is a cool cover. It looks like Wolverine possessed by the Brood. Another, looks like long shots in there, so I might have to check it out. And I guess that's it for Uncanny X-Men so far. And it looks like a Captain Britain trade paperback. I gotta be honest, don't care. Do not care. And we got an X-Men graphic novel here. It's God Loves, Man Kills by Chris Claremont. Yeah, that will definitely be worth reading. Continuing on, we got Dracula, based on the classic novel of horror by Bram Stoker. Don't really care. What If? Oh, these are always fun. I will definitely either read it or save it or sell it. It seems like those have been worth a few. X Factor, Apocalypse guys, that might be something. Storm and Ileana, Magic. No thank you. No thanks. I don't know. Not interested. And more X Factor. Got the Archangel here. He always looked cool, but again, it's X Factor. Never really cared. I don't know. Cyclops pops the question. This one might be worth a few beans. Put that down there. Got more Excalibur. Who actually read Excalibur? And what is going on with the faces down here? It's, I don't know. Crusader X? I don't know. No thanks. Well, this is kind of a funny cover. You mean with, I don't know. It looks like they were trying to turn Excalibur into a comedy book or something. Yeah, see, look at that face. What is going on here? What's he saying? And there's more where that came from. So it looks like Captain Britain was a joke for a period of time. I don't know what's going on here. Why did they always have these little, like, creatures hanging around in Excalibur? Excalibur number 1. That might be something. Wow. I guess I forgot Chris Claremont was involved with Excalibur for some reason. That might be worth something. Walt Simonson graphic novel here. Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown 1 and 2. That might be epic, Marvel Epic Comics. That's some obscure stuff that I go for. And now we're back with Uncanny X-Men. All right, a little bit better. 2. Looks like I got doubles here, so I can double my money here. Again, more muscly Colossus. I think I'm seeing, I mean, all right, 258. I know that, oh yes. All right, I remember these. I at least had these. This is when they started turning into Psylocke from that thing into the hot British Asian woman we all know and love. Yes, there it is. Sweet. All right. This was worth it. This was worth it. All right. These are coming home with me. 100%. Don't know what's going on here with the Uncanny X-Men. It's like this guy collected every X-Men book except for Jim Lee's regular X-Men from the 90s. Or maybe he had them and sold them. I don't know. But if any of these are anything, just message me and let me know. And some more obscure X-Men stuff. I mean, really, I think I'm more of an X-Force guy than X-Men. And unfortunately, I mean, I'm holding out hope that there might be a New Mutants 98 somewhere in here. But the guy said that, quote, none of these books were worth anything, which is probably why he gave them to me. Whatever. Don't lift a gift horse in the mouth. Hey, I think I remember this comic. Havoc? Why did you kill Storm? Huh. Yeah, I'm sure she's really dead, man. Sure, she's really dead, and they're not just trying to mess with your mind and make you buy the comic. Cool cover. Yeah, I think there's some Jim Lee-ness going on here. I mean that in a good way. Who was that? The Master Mole? Oh, that's Sentinel. Yeah, Sentinel. Cool cover. Looks like... God, what is up with that face? Up, we're surrounded by hostile aliens. I'd be ashamed if something bad happens to my nice new jacket. And Longshot and Havoc had nothing to say. Let's see, I really like this era when they were still having the thought bubble or the speech bubbles right there on the cover. Yeah, okay. And this is a cool cover. It's Mr. Sinister. Everyone loves him. What's going on with this guy? Whoa, buddy. Stop showing off the midriff, huh? All right, and this is kind of a classic cover. This might be worth a few beans. Oh, this is a cool cover too. Mohawk Storm. Mohawk Storm. I missed out on Mohawk Storm. Very erotic. And here we have a reprint. I guess this is, I don't know. Hey, and another one of these. Oh, it's classic X-Men, which means it's a reprint. Gosh, so much X-Men. Yeah, I don't really know if any of these are keys or not. I'm just sort of, it's kind of a cool cover, I guess. There we go, Sentinels. I'm gonna, really have to do some research on this stuff because a lot of it was before my time, before I started collecting. There's the Blob. Everyone knows the Blob from the video game. Oh, I like this. All right, I think cool idea for the poster here. I don't know, that look on Wolverine's face is kind of cheesy, but he's slashing us, man, the reader. Oh no. Wow, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. All right, so I was gonna go through these boxes of comics and look at all the covers and make fun of them and pick out the good stuff, but there's just too much stuff here and I don't have enough time. I'm heading back home tomorrow, so I picked out my to-go pile, and then I'm gonna have a to-leave here, which I will then stash with my other comics that have been sitting in my mom's attic for over the years. But just to be clear, I'm not throwing away anything. I mean, that's ridiculous. So let's take a look at what we got. First off, it was filled with some graphic novels of some interesting stuff that I would like to read, but unfortunately I just don't have enough room in my bags for the plane ride, so it's gonna stay here. I've always wanted a set of these Marvel Masterworks X-Men #1. Now I do. And we already saw Batman Death in the Family. It's gonna stay, it's just too thick. There was some She-Hulk in there. As you're gonna see, there's a She-Hulk #1 coming up. I really have no interest in reading She-Hulk, so that's staying. I mean, has anyone ever cared about Captain Britain? The only thing good about him is that he is Psylocke's brother. But give it time. I'm sure Disney will throw him into the mix somehow. Then we have this interesting looking one. I might at least, look through it. This God Loves, Man Kills graphic novel of the X-Men. Again, most of this is from the 80s. So I'm definitely taking this. Definitely taking this Long Shot graphic novel. I always thought Long Shot was pretty interesting, and also Arthur Adams' art is amazing. All right, there's tons of X-Men here, and a couple of first appearances. First, we have first appearance of Warpath. Remember Warpath from X-Force? And we got X-Factor #15. I believe this is when he turns into Archangel, or I think I was reading where it's the first of the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I just like these covers, these anniversary covers, so I'll be keeping it. I don't really remember what was significant about this X Factor, but I'm taking it home. And here is the first appearance of Apocalypse. Not really a high dollar book, but why not? And this cover is just freaking hilarious. I mean, I don't think Disney-owned Marvel is going to be putting out any X-Men books with Wolverine threatening to murder a child. So that's coming home. Maybe this was the first appearance of the Apocalypse, or the 4 Horsemen people. There they are. And now, what was all this other stuff? Yeah, and all that is just staying. So here, we've got a Rob Liefeld cover of What If Wolverine was an Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've always wanted that one. And another Rob Liefeld cover right there. Look at that ridiculous Colossus face. My God, Rob, what were you smoking or not smoking? I think I have doubles of this one. So yeah, I think this needs to stay. Excalibur #1. I've never read an Excalibur book in my life, but I mean, this one's worth a couple of bucks, so why not? X-Men in the Savage Land. I always enjoyed the Savage Land stories, so I don't know. This might be too thick, but I'll just take it. Another X-Men anniversary cover. You gotta love that cover. That Wolverine looks pretty awesome. First appearance of Dazzler. I don't know. I feel like that character has had some sort of renaissance lately. I mean, I could give a crap, so I'll probably be selling this one. Second appearance of Mr. Sinister. First appearance of Mr. Sinister, if I remember correctly. This is the first appearance of the new Psylocke when they turned her from, I guess, what she looked like. I guess she just wore, she kind of looked like this, I think. She just wore that hood and a cloak. And then Jim Lee turned her into the very attractive British Asian woman that she became in the 90s. And this is the issue of that story after that. I remember I had all these back in the 90s, so it's good to have them again. And this is the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. First appearance. And I guess that continues the story there. Plus, this is just a great cover anyway. And I was really hoping to find, New Mutants, 98, first appearance of Deadpool. And I'm going to tell you right now, it wasn't in there, but there was, yes, New Mutants 87, First appearance of Cable, one of my favorite characters ever. I've always wanted a first edition of this book, and here it is. I may even have to slab it, even though I'm 100% against slabbing. There was something significant about this, worth a couple of bucks, so I'm just going to take it. I've always liked Alpha Flight anyway, since I was technically born in Canada. I know, stupid reason. And since She-Hulk is all the rage these days, might as well take a She-Hulk #1. And I think this era of She-Hulk is actually pretty funny from what I've heard. I've just been kind of interested to check it out. I always enjoy satire. And I'm a huge Punisher fan, and this cover is just awesome. I think I may have had this one back in the day, so it is coming with. And lastly, let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna bring this one or not. I think this one found its way into the to-go pile on accident. But yeah. All right. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Obscure Comic Book Hunting. My name is Steve. Make sure you check out the Obscurity Now podcast, where we cover obscure movies, TV, video games, and of course, comic books. And pretty soon, I will have printed copies of my own comic book, Escapes Earth. See you around. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.